Hey guys, about to play the second round of a Ravnica block draft, and I would like to play first. And that's a weird-ish hand, but we do have all of our colors. And we can play either Simic Ragworm or, well, we don't have blue, do we? Or Sporeback Troll early. I guess I like that. I mean, we definitely need to draw some action that's better than what we've got going on for it to be like a good hand, but I like it for the most part. All right, I think we go ahead and lead with a forest. Which signet do we play first? Probably Selesnya. I mean, the chances are better. Oh, there's that overgrown tomb we saw. Hey, that's pretty good. Especially when you have a signet and stuff going on. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and play Selesnya signet. So do we want to play a creature next turn or another signet? I kind of think we want to play another signet. We do need to draw another land, but then that means we can play... I mean, we can do a bunch the next turn now, even if we don't draw land, so... Well, actually, we can play Aquastrand Spider now, so it might as well be what we do. So we're going to play our Signet, and then we're going to use our Signet to play our Aquastrand Spider, and I'll end my turn. So if we draw another land, so our opponent's Golgari. Makes sense because he has Overgrown Tomb. Would have been nice for us too in the end, because we're splashing black for two rather strong cards. But yeah, we need to draw a land to play Tolzimir Wolfblood. If we can't, playing all these other cards isn't too bad. Yeah, Starfletcher's good. We got one of those. Wait, do we? That might have been in a draft I did earlier. No. Land. No, Terrarion's not bad, though. Right, so I'm going to play Terrarion here. And then I'm going to play... What am I going to play? Sporeback Troll or Simic Ragworm? The Sporeback Troll means we can regenerate and give it reach, but the Ragworm can swing through this thing, so I think I like that. Our opponent has 4 mana, which is pretty good. So if we don't draw a land, I mean, we just crack Terrarion and play Sporeback Troll, so that's not really a bad turn at all. No, thank you. Gruul Turf. Return your Overgrown Tomb. Aw. Too bad. Shambling Shell. Alright. No. Well, there's a land. So... I think we just go for it and play Tolzimir, who has been kind to us and showing up. Pumps everybody up. I don't want to move a +1/+1 counter. I think we can swing with our Ragworm. I mean, if he wants to double block, he takes a pretty big tempo hit, even though he can, get back his Shambling Shell and everything. You can also untap this now, which isn't, nothing. Probably should have cracked my Terrarion there too, now that I think about it. We would have had the same amount of mana, and I would have drawn a card. So, I mean, if I leave it, I can decide to use it for something else later, which could be relevant, I suppose. Don't kill my Tolzimir, please. Okay, he didn't. We are not going to graft, but that is a large creature. Ooh, our Watch Wolf will also be large, though. Okay, so I think we crack Terrarion here. I want to hold on to black. We need red the least, so I'm going to use my Signet to crack the Terrarion. And I'll add green-white, I guess. Green, well, I could end up wanting blue here, so let's do green-blue. Okay, well, that's going to be nice with Tolzimir in play. All right. Okay, so do we swing with our Ragworm? I think we do. Just with the Ragworm. Oh, we can use this. We may as well use this mana, actually, to first help us cast Morning Throw. And we'll use that for it. Which will be quite nice. This thing does have reach, but we gain life either way, so we could make it bigger, and that might actually be worth it. I think we do go ahead and graft. This time we're going to graft. And then I'll also play Watch Wolf, just to use that mana. Yeah, I forgot, since he's pumped now, we can do a lot more things with, graft, and he stays alive. He doesn't keep a +1/+1 counter, though, obviously. But if he wants to trade here, I'm perfectly okay with that. And we'll make Voja at the end of his turn. Okay. I'm sure he pumps something with that. Yes, he does. Yeah, I can't actually... Well, actually, my Watch Wolf can block him. Since he got huge. He got swole. Thanks to Tolsimir. So I may just go for a trade there. We'll see what our opponent does here with all this mana that he has. He got a shell back. Okay. So does he sacrifice it again? Jeez, that reach is not ideal. So, no, he doesn't. Okay. So we're going to make Voja. So at this point, I think we just start swinging with Morning Throw. If we do anything else, ugly things happen. He can even do annoying things with his Shambling Shell right now. So that's not a whole lot of fun. But we gain life. I guess I could also swing with Watch Wolf here. Even if he puts a counter on this, it still dies. So let's swing with the Thrall and the Watch Wolf. I mean, we can block with Voja every turn, which is pretty nice. I mean, not the Battering Worm, but the other stuff. So, I mean, I'm guessing he blocks with a Star Fletcher here. I mean, he can sacrifice Shambling Shell to kill our Morning Throw right now if he does that, which probably means I should have played my Sporeback Troll first. So that was probably a mistake. Because then I could have regenerated my Morning Throw. So let's see if he does that. He can double block. Although I guess if he double blocks, I get to kill one of them. So it's wouldn't be the end of the world, but I kind of would like to hold on to my Morning Throw. Okay, we really need some removal for this freaking thing. That's our what we'd like to draw the most is our Mortify or our Pillory of the Sleepless right now. Yeah, that's a good idea because I screwed up, and that's a good plan because you only end up losing one of them. And actually, whichever one I choose to do the damage to is the one he'll put the counter on, so he actually won't lose either of them. So that's annoying. If he sacrifices this now, we'd be happier, obviously. But yeah, I should have played my Sporeback Troll first. Then I could have, gained the 3 multiple times. So surely he does that, right? Too bad you don't have Trample. Yeah, he does it. All right. So that was bad. Not what I should have done, especially because I have a Sporeback Troll in my hand, who could have at least made it so I gain the life. I could gain the life every turn for a little while. And we'll play our Sporeback Troll, who will be a 3/3. No, I don't think we want to move anything. hold on to this island for bluffing purposes and in my turn. Next time I don't know. It's gonna be hard here to, unless we draw some removal to get through this. But you know, we're making our opponent mill himself, so maybe he'll deck himself or something. Because yeah, being able to Shambling Shell every turn does cause some problems. But now we can regenerate our creatures with +1/+1 counters at least. Battering Worm will be able to start swinging soon, theoretically. I actually don't have anything that can block it effectively right now. So he did not get his Shambling Shell back that time. Oh no, he's deciding. So he might get it back. So we got regeneration and reach as possibilities, but that's, you know, doesn't really matter to us right this moment. Pillory or Mortify, come on, come to me. What else do we have right now that could help us? We have that creature who can tap other creatures down, which would be pretty great right now. We also have that card with Forecast that makes it so a creature doesn't untap. And right now we have the mana, so we could tap down the Battering Worm and then put it on it. So we have 3 removal spells that would be very good right now. So hopefully we draw one of them. And at least we're making our opponent have to make hard decisions, and he's not going to be able to like swing at us hard anytime in the super near future, I don't think, especially because he only has 1 card in his hand, and if he keeps getting back Shambling Shell, he's not going to be adding to that. So he did get his Shambling Shell back in the end. Ooh, Savage Twister. Another Shambling Shell. Okay, well, I'm pretty glad Savage Twister's in the graveyard, I suppose. It would be pretty brutal right now, although we can regenerate several of our creatures, so it's not quite as brutal. Shambling Shell comes down. Shambling Shell actually works well with the graft creatures. I hadn't really thought about that synergy. Obviously, that's the case, though. But obviously, we're not grafting. Yeah, they make this trigger. They should have just made it that there are some creatures who let you, like, there's one that lets you gain control of an opponent's creature if it has a +1/+1 counter on it. That's like the only instance where you actually want to be grafting your opponent's creatures. It's annoying when they have the trigger for, you know, these 2 creatures, which we don't want to be giving our opponent's creatures reach or regeneration. So it's not exactly, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Opponent, I'm not sure what he's doing, but he's taking a little while. But we know he only has 1 other card in his hand. He did get a second Shambling Shell in his graveyard, which is annoying. So he may eventually just like outvalue us with all the Shambling Shell action. No. And no. All right, no big surprises there. We don't have anything we need to do. Can't make more than 1 Voja because unfortunately it's legendary. That is not exactly what we wanted to draw. And I'll just end my turn. Leave all my mana up so I can do everything I possibly want to. Does he sacrifice his shell to make something bigger? I mean, if this becomes a 6/5, I can't block it anymore. Not exactly ideal for me. But we do have lots of outs, so let's draw one of them. I wish I hadn't made the dumb mistake I made with my Morning Thrall when I could have just been like swinging and gaining 3 every turn for a very long time, which would have definitely put us out of range of having to worry about Battering Worm. All right, what's happening? I don't like the looks of this. Could be removal. Dang. Okay, well, he destroys both of those, which is a huge problem for us, obviously. So it shrinks all of our creatures, so we're in a lot of trouble now. That Twin Strike was pretty brutal. That worked pretty well with his Dredge to just keep dredging instead of drawing a card and playing his Shambling Shell every turn worked out for him, and we are in a lot of trouble now. We do have outs, as I said, still, but it's going to be harder for us to like dominate the game even after we draw one of the outs. But maybe we'll get there. Right, our opponent dredged for Shambling Shell yet again. Probably just going for the kill here with his worm. Basically, just going to start assaulting us with that thing. Did I accidentally just move a +1/+1 counter? It looks like I did. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. He already had one. That would have been bad. Okay, so we can't block that, so we take it. Imagine that. And we take one more, dropping us to 17. God, we really need to stop drawing lands and drawing out for that Battering Worm. If we do, I mean, our opponent's in top deck mode, so we'd probably be back at parity. I mean, we can just regenerate these two creatures forever, even though he has some larger ones than we do. So just end my turn. Does he dredge again? He might. I mean, he can just eventually kill us with this thing if he just keeps dredging. He did. But, I mean, the more resources he puts into that thing, you know, assuming we draw a removal, the better for us in the long run. I mean, it makes sense for him to swing with that here. We know he just has another Shambling Shell in his hand. I mean, he's probably going to hit us for 7 here, I guess. No, he's just going for the 6. Playing Shambling Shell number 2. Graph triggers. No. No. Okay, that's interesting. Don't know that it's good, but it's interesting. So do we want to leave black or white up? I think we want to leave white up. I think gaining a little bit of life is better at this point than other stuff. Do I want to make this bigger? I don't see any real reason to, although it can start regenerating too, I guess. But I'm still not going to do it. No thanks. So we can gain 2 life at the end of our opponent's turn every turn. So that's something. He got his Shambling Shell back. Surprise, surprise. Still have not drawn a way to kill his freaking Battering Worm, which I guess we don't have a ton of, but it should happen. Give us a chance here. How much are you going to swing with? If he swings with a bunch, I won't be able to gain life, but yeah, he just swings with that. Does he get in for 9? If he sacks both, I'm going to be like, well, I say so happy, but that's of course assuming I manage to draw some removal. Okay, so we're going to let me gain some life. And then we're going to let me gain some more life, just on the off chance that we get out of this thing. Wait, what's the problem here? That's 3 mana. And one of it is white. I think that's probably a glitch. I mean, it's not going to make a huge difference for us here, but that is 3 mana and one of it's white. Do I need to tap it? Yep, it's not working for some reason. So, again, not going to make a huge difference. I mean, if we draw removal here, maybe it makes a difference. But, yeah, that was weird. It didn't let us gain the 1 life. Ugh. All right. Well, we lose. We drew all lands in crunch time there, which isn't exactly where you want to be. All right. So let's sideboard here. Repeal doesn't seem terrible with all the +1/+1 counter stuff he was doing. Wild Size seems like a solid trick against him as well. Yeah, these 4 spells all would have helped us. We couldn't draw them though. It happens. Yeah, I mean, maybe I do want repeal. Definitely would have been nice there. I mean, his strategy every game can't be Shambling Shell plus that creature, though, you know. And it's a little clunky against most other stuff. So yeah, let's just stick with things as is. We would like to play first again. Whew. Think we have to send this one back, although Tolzimir Wolfblood showed up again. We didn't get a Signet or any kind of fixing, and we can only play our Morning Throw in our hand right now. So, right, this is better. It's not amazing, but I'll take it. You know, at this point, I think I'd rather draw some more gas than lands, since we have our 3 primary. Well, I guess black's actually not primary, but blue's a little more primary, but, you know, I'll take it. We can play most of the spells in our deck with these cards, except for our 4/2/1 flyers, who can help us fix, ironically. Right, Elves of Deep Shadow. Okay, I drew the Sanctuary, but I still think I want to play Watchwolf first. Next turn, we can play Morning Throw and then Selesnya Sanctuary, so seems pretty good. Turn 2 Watchwolf seems pretty good too, but... Ooh, Ixbitter is gross. He's icky, even. Yeah, there's a Signet. Okay. I'm gonna swing. So our Morning Throw is just gonna die at this point. So I don't really see a great reason to play it right now. I think I'd rather go Signet. Yeah, freaking Ixbitter, man. And return Forest. That Ixbitter's pretty good right now since we have a Morning Throw in our hand. Pretty good. And he can even like double block and kill my Watchwolf, although I'd be happy to do that trade at this point. Right, Wayfinder. Now he can just block with that and finish it with Ixbitter. So I think we're probably done being on the offense for a little while. Yeah, Wayfinder's super good, especially in this format where fixing's even more important than it used to be. They never print, like, this set is nuts for the amount of fixing it has at common. Even in Khans of Tarkir, we didn't have this much fixing. There was enough, you know, but in this there's enough that you can go 5 colors sometimes, especially if green's your base. Probably swings for 1, yeah. Definitely need to draw something exciting or we're going to be in some trouble here quickly. Ixbitter. I don't print things like that at common either. Lands, man. Okay. So 2, 3, 4, 5. We're nowhere near close enough to Guardian of Vitu-Ghazi. I guess we're kind of close. And if we can get there, his deck will probably have some problem dealing with it, but not enough of one. Yeah, he's 4 colors at least. So I guess we are too. So most people are in this format. Ugh. Yeah, things aren't looking good. Our opponent just curving out on us with good cards. So he's probably going to swing at his Wayfinder here, and I probably just take it for now. I mean, it holds back this if I do. I mean, it's just a 1-for-1 if I block because of the Ixbitter. Leaving my Watchwolf in play also means I can play my Guardian sooner. Who is very relevant, although this 3/3 flying trample kind of poops on him. But, you know, I need my removal, man. That's interesting that he decided not to swing. I guess he was worried enough that I had a trick, when in reality I just have a hand that's just filled with removal. I mean, with lands. So weird. So I have to tap. Oh, I can play this swamp. Let's do that. And play my Guild Mage. This is like one of the less impressive of the Guild Mages, that's for sure. So we'll play that. No reason to play Morning Throw still, because Rakdos Ixbitter will just kill it immediately. But we can gain 1 life at the end of his turn, assuming this time we don't have to use Signets, so that weird thing that happened in the last game, which didn't end up being relevant anyway, it doesn't happen. I mean, I had 2 colorless and a white with my signets, so... Oh, I think I know what happened, actually. It was my fault. I think I should have tapped all the lands and then clicked on the ability. I think when I was tapping the colorless, it was immediately using that for the ability instead of letting me... Although the signets were tapping. So I don't know what happened. Not sure. So I guess we play our Guardian of Vitu-Ghazi this turn. We can do it and only tap our Guild Mage even. And then he can really only... Ooh, what's he doing? Twin... Dang. 2 damage to each of 2 creatures. So he's going to kill both of them with the help of his Ix-Spitter, which also means we won't be able to play our Guardian of Vitu-Ghazi. So that's not awesome. But we'll gain some life. Yeah, I think we're just dead here. This Twin Strike nonsense brutalized us. It was like game clinching in the first game, and in this game we were already, behind the 8 ball, and then that happened. So okay, well, you can block for a while at least. Isn't worried about Ix-Spitter, although the Ix-Spitter does 1 to us every turn no matter what we do. That's what's so ridiculous, is it can both kill a creature and make me lose 1 life. Silly. So what happens here? Yeah, that's what happens. That's what I expected to happen. Twin Strike. Mortipede. Okay, well that's gonna be fun. Does that just mean we're dead? 3, 5, 6. It's close. We're gonna be close to dead. We might just be dead now. Let's see. So, well, we wouldn't have been able to block that anyway. So we'll have to block that, and we'll take 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, yeah. Plus, he's gonna ping us for 1. So yeah, it will be lethal. Removal? Yeah, we just blanked on all removal in this match. I mean, we definitely got outclassed by some sweet cards like Rakdos Ix-Spitter and Twin Strike, which are super powerful cards, but we didn't draw our strong removal, and that's just going to happen. So I think we lose here in round 2. Let me count this again, but so he does 1 here, drops me to 8, uses Mortipede's ability next turn, and I take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 exactly. So yeah, we're dead. All right, well, we got destroyed in the second round, but at least we won round 1. Where were you, Mortify? Where were you? We had Savage Twister anyway, so we were like completely dominated. And no matter what happened, like even if we drew a way to deal with his creatures and like built our own board up, I mean, I guess Guardian of Vitu-Ghazi would have survived, but yeah, I mean, this was a fun deck at least. It played well in 3 of our 4 games. In this game, it kind of got destroyed, but you can't win them all. So thanks for watching.